How should you exercise so you don't feel tired after every activity? And what are the best routines to make yard work easier, prevent falls, keep your bones healthy, and tune up your mental health? We have already done a deep dive into what happens in your body when you start eating healthy. Now, let's talk about what happens to your body when you add in exercise. I'm going to give you 7 ways your body will change if you get moving. And when you're finished watching, I guarantee you'll be at the gym or on your Peloton or outside running before the end of the day. I'm Dr. Blake Schusterman. I'm a board-certified kidney doctor and the cooking doc. Thank you so much for watching. And everything we talk about here today, of course, is just for information only. This is not medical advice. Don't start an exercise routine without first talking to your doctor. Disclaimer. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share so you never miss a new recipe or a new health tip. So 2 types of exercise can have different effects on the body. So we're going to break down exercise into 2 different types: aerobic training and resistance training. Aerobic exercise is exercise that increases the heart rate and the body's use of oxygen. Examples include walking, pickleball, line dancing, running, or riding the Peloton. This exercise is primarily for challenging our heart, lungs, and blood vessels to work together above our typical baseline. Resistance training, on the other hand, is exercise that works your muscles against a weight or a force, like lifting weights or like push-ups. This exercise is primarily for growing muscles and making your bones strong. There can be some overlap between the 2, but both play an important role in a balanced exercise routine. Now let's talk about those 7 changes. Now I'm trying to record this video while I'm doing the weight training and the exercises, so bear with me. Let's see how good shape I'm in. So the first change you may notice is that exercising regularly will make it easier to perform other tasks throughout the day, including things like going up the stairs or performing house or yard work, or just like picking things up off the ground. That doesn't sound surprising, right? But the reasons, they're very, very interesting. And this happens because your cardiovascular fitness improves. You think I could be doing this while on the bike if I hadn't been practicing for a while? No way. So your lungs, they get better at taking up oxygen. Your heart and your blood vessels get better at moving oxygen to the parts of your body that need it. And your muscles, they learn to use that oxygen better. The more you work your body through exercise and safely push through these challenges, the less work it will be to do those things that you need to do throughout the day. And that's really why we do this. So this translates into things like raking the leaves or cutting down bushes or whatever you like to do in your spare time. Next, and this is my favorite things that happens with exercise. Here I am in a side plank. Our muscles become resistant to fatigue. We all have a mental image of what it's like to be tired and feel like the muscles are exhausted. Whew, hunched over, huffing and puffing, trying to hold that side plank. Anyways, not being able to take another step, you know what I mean. So what does it mean to resist fatigue in our muscles? To understand fatigue, we have to talk first about something called lactic acid. I can feel the lactic acid building up. Whew. When we're working hard in the gym, our muscles require more and more oxygen to match how hard we are working. When we hit a certain level where that oxygen does not meet our demands, our bodies start to produce that lactic acid. This happens when we switch from producing energy from oxygen to producing energy without it. So down this no oxygen pathway our body goes, trying to generate movement and strength, but the muscles can't get enough oxygen to make the movements, and so we produce that lactic acid. Lactic acid then is broken down into lactate and hydrogen ions. Whew, muscle fatigue. It happens when there's an excessive buildup of hydrogen ions, which you feel as burning or cramping in your muscles. This is a normal body function, but the threshold at which this happens isn't set in stone. See, I got fatigued pretty easily with that side plank, but if I were to practice it, that would get better. So everyone has what's called a lactate threshold, or a level of lactate that can be tolerated in the blood during exercise for a period of time before the fatigue sets in. The higher this threshold, the better the endurance and training quality an athlete has. The good thing is that anyone can increase their lactate threshold, and therefore their fatigue resistance, by engaging in regular endurance training. Next, ever wonder why your muscles get sore 24 to 72 hours after exercising? Well, this is called delayed onset muscle soreness. And it's the 3rd thing that happens when you start exercising, and something you'll have to get used to. This soreness, this is how you feel the micro tears to the muscles caused by new unaccustomed activity. Don't worry though, the small scale damage inside the body actually inspires the body to build back better, stronger muscles. Number 4, let's talk about how long it takes to build those massive biceps or abs that you're looking for. This answer may surprise you, and it actually blew my mind while I was researching it. While we all expect to grow big muscles after exercising, did you know that there first has to be changes in the way our brains talk to our muscles before that muscle growth can take place? In the first 2 to 3 months of resistance training, you may start to feel stronger and believe your muscles look more defined. But these changes, they're all truly in your head. Instead of muscle, you have mainly been building stronger nerve pathways with more fine-tuned control that help you to feel stronger. That means that you're able to activate more muscles at once and with better coordination. So you don't have more muscles, you can just use what you have better. And as for those changes in the mirror, in those first 2 to 3 months of starting resistance training, your muscles look bigger because you have reduced the fat in that area, not because you've actually got massive biceps in that time. True muscle growth actually starts at about 4 months of consistent resistance training. At 4 months, each individual muscle cell gets bigger, it grows, and other cells are recruited to increase the cell number. So the biceps just grow and grow and grow. Of course, there are other factors involved, like nutrition and protein intake. But the bottom line is that it takes time for those muscles to grow. Number 5, let's talk about my least favorite Instagram or Facebook ad, the fat burning routine. Ever heard a certain workout routine described as fat burning? Well, why do they say that, and what does that mean? For the most part, most of those are nonsense. But let's talk about exercises that actually burn fat. During exercise, particularly aerobic exercise, your muscles need a lot of energy to get the job done. So to meet this need, your muscles transform. They increase the number of mitochondria. And those are the power plants within those muscle cells. The mitochondria produce the energy. Now, mitochondria can run off a few different fuels, and their choice of fuel depends on the length and intensity of the exercise. So during short bursts of exercise, like a 100-meter dash, your body actually prefers pre-made energy and sugars, which produce a small but rapid jolt of energy to your body. During longer exercise, your muscle switches to fat for energy. And the more frequently you engage in endurance exercise, the more efficient your body becomes at using that fat for energy. So you can train your body to burn fat during exercise and make your routines fat-burning routines. Next, I need a break. Let's talk about bones. Exercise can also improve your bone thickness, especially those exercises that introduce a new challenge to your bones. These include weightlifting and rowing, where you have to work against resistance. The second best of those exercises are ones that just use body weight but in unique ways, like running or dancing. Building and maintaining bone density as early as possible is important to prevent weak bones and reduce risk of fracture, because as we get older, we're all going to have a fall sometime. And when that happens, we want our bones to be strong enough to hold up when we hit the ground. Lastly, and this is another one of my favorites, exercise can both treat and prevent certain mental health conditions. Every patient I talk to in my office notices this. Have you ever noticed this? Well, it happens. Exercise improves your mental health, and it's so interesting how it does it. So exercise, anything we do, training or running or biking, it's initially a stressor to the body. It triggers adaptations that improve the way the body handles that stress overall. For example, aerobic exercise like jogging or riding the bike, this is causing me to release adrenaline, which increases your heart rate and cortisol, which releases stored energy. But over time, regular exercise reduces the release of these hormones, not just during these workouts, but also in response to everyday stressors like traffic or delays. It really makes exercise an effective and evidence-based treatment for stress and anxiety. And how well does it work? Well, some studies shows that exercise may alleviate symptoms of depression and anxiety as effectively as standard antidepressant medications. Even for those without clinical depression, regular physical activity helps maintain a positive outlook through these long, dark winter months. What's the rub? Exercise isn't a pill. It's tough. This is tough. It takes work, it takes dedication, it takes motivation, but it's worth it. So can you name me a drug that does all these things? An active lifestyle has benefits ranging from improved mental well-being to an overall improved quality of life. It'll make you feel better, give you confidence, and frankly, it's kind of a miracle drug. You pair that with healthy eating, and you'll be in great shape. For those with existing chronic diseases, exercise is a great option for reducing future health events that come from either the diseases or from the medications. Exercise will help it all. So talk to your doctor about your exercise-related goals and discover what changes occur when you start exercising. Whew. Man, whew. So I'm exhausted. Thank you so much for watching today. I'm Dr. Blake Schusterman, a board-certified kidney doctor and the Cooking Doc. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. Check out my website, cookingdoc.com. I've got tons of new recipes on there. Check out my book, The Cooking Doc's Kidney Healthy Cooking, a modern 10-step guide to preventing and managing kidney disease. And I will see you next time.